I'm watching BCC Kids.
Hello! Well, hi kids. We're glad that you're back for this week's summer science experiment. And I am Jessica with Bethlehem Covenant Church, and today my co-host is, what's your name, buddy?
Roy.
Roy, are you excited to be here today? Yes, I'm so glad you are. Well, we are going to have a lot of fun today talking about staying afloat and if a single ingredient can change something to make a different result happen. Kind of like how our faith in God can make the impossible possible, right? It's kind of fun. So, Roy, I've got a question for you. Do you think a single ingredient like salt can change how something happens? You do? Oh, man, all my co-hosts are just so smart. I think you're right too. So we're going to actually do the science experiment to see how that could happen. Do you think our faith can change how things happen in our world? I agree. I mean, just think about it. When we believe in Jesus, we get to go to heaven, right? Yeah, that totally changes our whole life. God makes the impossible possible. We get to go to heaven when we die. I think that's so cool, isn't it? Yeah. We're going to talk about a verse today in the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verses 14 through 20. And it says, "When they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. 'Lord, have mercy on my son,' he said. 'He has seizures and is suffering greatly. He often falls into fire and into water. I brought him to your disciples, but they couldn't heal him.' And Jesus says, 'You unbelieving generation, how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me.' Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of the boy, and he was healed at that very moment. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, 'Why couldn't we do this?' And Jesus replied, 'Because you have so little faith. Truly, I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move this mountain. You can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you.'" Isn't that cool? Nothing's impossible when we have God. Yeah. Do you know what a mustard seed is, Roy? You ever seen one? So these are mustard seeds. I want you to open this up and take out a mustard seed. Can you get one? Tell us, Roy, how big is the mustard seed?
Really, really small.
Really, really small. So Jesus tells us about these tiny mustard seeds that if our faith is as big as one of these, we can move a mountain. Have you ever moved a mountain? No, me neither. But God's telling us that when we have faith in Him, all things are possible with God. I just think that's so cool. So we're going to go on to our science experiment, and we'll keep talking about how our faith can make things possible as well, and we'll see what happens. So for today's science experiment, we're going to need water, 2 containers, they can be pint jars or bigger jars, salt, eggs, a spoon, and some measuring cups are also helpful. We also have some other fun things that Roy brought from home, and we're going to see if a single ingredient like salt can change something entirely. So here we go. Are you ready? Okay. So those are all the things you're going to need for your science experiment. And I just went and filled up this container with just regular tap water from our sink, however full you want, but something that you can see if something is going to sink or float. So the cool thing about our water that we're going to do is we're going to make one of these waters kind of like the Dead Sea. Have you ever heard of the Dead Sea? No, it doesn't sound like a very fun place to be, does it? Do you like going swimming in the ocean? Or a lake?
I've never swum in the ocean or the lake.
Or a lake? Do you like swimming in the pool? Yeah, I like swimming as long as it doesn't go over my chin.
Me too.
You too. High five. Boom. So what we're going to do is make this like the Dead Sea. So the Dead Sea is a sea that's over where Jesus used to live, and it is super salty. Did you know that? It is super, super salty. So we're gonna make this like the concentration of the salt in the Dead Sea. So did you know there's even people in the Bible that went there way long time ago? Yeah, it was so cool. So they even said that King David in the Old Testament would go there as he sought refuge. So as he tried to find a safe place, he'd go there and hang out by the Dead Sea. Still doesn't sound like a very fun place. It's also called the Salt Sea. That sounds better, doesn't it? Yeah. So what we're doing, we have 8 ounces of salt. And Roy, why don't you go ahead and pour that into our second container there. Perfect. Whew. It's a lot of salt. And then I'm gonna pour in some water. And this is warm water. You can use cold water as well, but the warm water just helps it dissolve a little quicker. And then Roy, if you want to go ahead and stir it. So you think it's gonna sink in mine and float in yours? I think you just might be right. Should we try again? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, where's your egg? Where's my egg? You were right. Nice job. Yours is actually still doing what? What's it doing?
Going in a circle.
It's going in a circle. That's because we just finished stirring it to get the salt to dissolve a little bit. Well, so cool. Why do you think your egg floats?
Because the more saltier the water is, the easier it is to float.
Whoa! You are 100% right. Do you know the fancy word for that?
No.
It's called density. Can you say density?
Density.
Yeah. Density is mass over volume. Well, nice job. Should we test out some other things? Okay, I'll take our eggs out. And Roy has some fun things for us to try from home. Ooh, now I'm all wet. Okay, so what should we try next? What is it? Talk about this.
Harmonica.
Harmonica. Okay, so we got a harmonica. And what do you feel like it's made out of?
Plastic.
Plastic, okay. So which one do you want to try first?
Salt.
Salt water. Okay, let's see it. 3, 2, 1. You know, I bet though, if we added more salt, which we're all out, if we added more salt, even the rocks would float. Because do you know that if you go to the Salt Sea where Jesus used to live, that you can actually float in it without a life jacket? It is so cool. Well, Vernie, let's put our eggs back in and see how they do. Ready? Hey, at least it works with our egg. So when you guys try this at home, you can put in a whole bunch of salt and see what other objects you can to sink or to float. And the reason is this has the concentration of salt that's about 25 to 35%, just like the salt concentration of the sea. So the Salt Sea is actually 10 times saltier than the oceans. Have you ever had a drink of the ocean water? It is not very good. Nice job, you got the rock. So what did you think? Did you think that the eggs would sink and float? I think you did, right? You did. That is so cool. Well, it's fun to think that just a single ingredient like salt could totally change the situation. Nice fishing skills. You must be a fisherman. No, we'll call you a rockerman. How about that? Because you're not fishing, you're getting rocks.
Yeah.
No, you don't like rockerman?
Now I'm trying to get it.
Ready, get it. Success! Nice work! Well, folks, we tried a lot of things. are eggs,
How
which
about the
actually
spoon?
sink. Oh, let's try the spoon. It's almost too big to try. I bet if it was smaller, it would float. Get the egg. Eggs are saved. So we've tried eggs, a harmonica, a salamander or lizard, Batman, rocks. So have fun with this when you have this experiment at home. You can put a lot of salt in one, non-salt water in the other, and see what objects sink or float, and think about how that relates to your faith. That the fact that the impossible can be made possible only with God. Roy, should we tell our friends bye?
Bye.
Bye guys, see you later.
Hey kids, parents, grandparents, thanks so much for watching our weekly science videos. I hope you have enjoyed trying these experiments at home and talking about God with your kids. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. See you next time.